Okay, so there's a whole lot of reform sweeping through the insurance industry, and I hear the year 2026 is going to be a very, very big one. If you are not tapped in, then you're going to be locked out. So that's why we are constantly talking about how you can really, really get a grasp of the knowledge of insurance so that you can make good use of it. This year 2026 mustn't elude you. All right, so we're looking at AIICO school fees plan, and my guests are here to shed light on the plan we're referring to. But let me just give you a little scenario. I understand Adedayo is a 35-year-old hardworking businessman with a family of 4, his wife and 2 children. Okay, let me see. Do you have a call?
No.
Let me see. So his wife and 2 children, and according to him, he's looking to ensure that his 2 children, I'm talking about Femi and AIICO, will have a quality education as they grow. So he's so concerned about the future in case death occurs, and also about how alarmingly expensive education is now in the country. So he's now approaching you as a professional for some kind of advice. Well, I don't have the answers, but I'll have the professionals in the building who will be able to help Adedayo out in this particular endeavor. Joining me in the studios this evening, Joshua Gbadebo. He's of AIICO Insurance PLC and is very much here with us. Joshua, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
It's our first time of meeting this year, right?
Yes.
So even though it's 3 months into the year, I can still say Happy New Year to you. All right.
Yeah,
so
same here.
You're welcome. And Oluwatumininu Ogunshola is also in the building as well. Tumininu, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good evening.
All right, then. So let's jump into the focus. So Adedayo is very, very worried about the future of his children. He's looking for something that can guarantee protection for them. So what advice would you give Adedayo, Joshua?
Okay, so I will tell Adedayo to take a school fees plan which is going to address his future fears regarding he being alive or not, and the quality education of his children.
All right.
So the school fees plan is going to take care of the future of the children's education, whether it's available or not.
Okay, so that's the policy that he should tap into.
Yes.
All right, we need to understand what AIICO school fees plan is all about. So I need Oluwatumininu to just take us through that.
All right, so AIICO school fees is an endowment policy that provides future education for a child under all circumstances. Under the circumstances which includes like death, disability of the parent or the guardian.
Right.
So this particular plan is just a savings plan towards the child's education in case of any eventualities.
All right. So what are the things that are covered under this kind of plan, Joshua?
Okay, so we have the main risk cover and the optional cover. So for the main risk cover, we have the school fees itself. We have the waiver of premium on disability and on debt. So for the school fees itself, we are saying that we are guaranteeing the education of the child at a particular age. So let's put perspective to it. The father Adedayo is looking at securing the university tuition fee for the child.
Right. So
this plan is to cover that. Then the other cover under this that we're talking about waiver of premium on death or disability. So we are saying in the case whereby death occurs while the policy is in force, this cover stops. The payment stop, and the company takes charge of the premium payment, and the payment is available to the child at that grade at maturity. Same also apply if there's total permanent disability to the policy.
All right, and the policy holder here is Adedayo.
Yes.
All right, but I'm just looking at, considering the fact that Adedayo is 35, right?
Yes.
So how often will Dayo pay premium? Tumininu?
Okay, so Adedayo can pay premium. We have different frequency of payments, so it can either be a one-off payment, that's a single premium. We have annual, we have semi-annual, that's every six months. We have quarterly, and then we have monthly. So it's either anyone that works for Adedayo.
All right. Okay, so now Adedayo is thinking about this plan for his children, right? It's not for him, Abi?
Yes.
It's for Femi and AIICO.
Exactly.
Okay, so upon maturity of this particular policy, who receives the payment?
So at inception, the policy holder has the opportunity to choose who exactly receives the maturity payment. So is either the school of the child or himself receives that particular payment.
Right.
Yes.
So that has been determined.
Yes.
At the inception of the policy. So peradventure he forgets to. So that policy is not fully endorsed. Is that the way it is?
No, you must certainly pick it. If you didn't pick it,
it's part of the requirement.
Yeah, it's part of the requirement.
Okay. All right. So can I receive maturity maturity benefits as an annuity? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible. So we have two options at maturity: the lump sum, that is, you are receiving the benefit at once, and the annuity, you are telling us that you want to use it for a stipulated period. So the difference between the annuity and the lump sum is that for the annuity, because you are not receiving it once, you tend to get higher than the lump sum. So let's put, for example, if Mr. Adedayo intends receiving 5 million in at once, he's taking it once, then he wants to spread it for 6 years. Definitely, by the time we divide 5 million by 6 years, the value we are having, the amount you'll be receiving per annum will be higher than the normal division.
You mean it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the way it works.
Yes.
All right. So how long can I receive my maturity benefits?
All right, so we have a minimum of a year and then a maximum of 12 years. So the customer can either pick within 1, 5, 6, maximum is just 12 years.
So you just spread that money across those 12 years, if it's going to be 12 years?
Yes, if it's going to be 12 years.
All right. Now, there's something that I know normally comes up. That's what they call maintenance benefit. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how is that benefit? How is it calculated?
Yeah, so if you remember earlier, I talked about the main benefit and the optional benefit. So I didn't talk about the optional benefit. So the optional benefits comprise of the maintenance benefits and the waiver of premium on critical illness. So just as the waiver of premium on death and disability, when there is a critical illness, if any of the agreed critical illness in the policy happens to the customer, this triggers the clause, and the company takes charge of premium payment. Now, maintenance benefit is applicable only when death occurs to the policyholder, and it's saying that 12% of the sum assured is payable annually till the maturity of the policy. So that is, if the policy is for 10 years and he has paid for 6 years and then death occurs.
Right.
So it means that because he has selected this optional rider, because he's paying more to get it, it means that 12% of the sum assured, let me use 1 million for example,
right?
12%, I think that's 1.2 million if I'm not mistaken, will be payable for the remaining 4 years for the upkeep of the beneficiary of the family.
Wow.
Now at maturity, the agreed sum assured, which is 10 million,
he will still get it.
Lump sum or annuity will still be payable. Yes.
Wow. So double.
Yes.
Wow. This is getting too good to be true. So for those that are listening to us this evening, and of course for you to convince them, really, why do you think Adedayo needs this product?
All right, so Adedayo needs this particular product because it can cover from the elementary level of the child to the university level. So you can choose which one you are catering for. So if it's the elementary to the university level, from the inception of the policy.
Okay. So that can be determined.
Yes, exactly.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM Insurance on the Move is the program. Joshua Gbadebo and Oluwatumininu Ogunshola, both of them from AIICO PLC, they are with us this evening, and we are just getting one or two things as relates to the AIICO school fees plan. All right, it's never too late for you to tap into this, even though we're in March. But of course, it's something that will be of maximum benefit to you as a policyholder. You're planning for the future of your children, and I think education plan will just be needed. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, assuming Adedayo wants to buy this product, how will his premium be determined? Joshua and Timinini will let us know. And of course, we also reflect on one or two other issues. Plus, we'll be hearing from you too. That will be on 080-99-120-777. A brief break. We will be back.
Wow! What just happened? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? Wow! That looks like a brand new SUV. What kind of vehicle is that? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? Was it the motorcycle that caused it? Or the cooling van? What kind of question is that? Can't you see? But why is that man smiling and pressing his phone instead of pressing that careless man's face against the car's floorboard? And what kind of question is that? Can't you see? But what kind of man is that? Wait, seriously, what kind of man is that? Yes, that's
is the kind of man that has prepared for the unexpected. The man that knows that when accident happens, AIICO Auto Insurance Plan keeps you covered, so you don't have to worry. Get the AIICO Auto Insurance Plan today. Call us on 0700 iContact, that is 0700 2442 668228, or visit www.aicoplc.com to learn more. AIICO Insurance, your stable friend, yesterday, today, and always.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance on the Move is the program. And of course, I have Joshua Agbadebo and Oluwatumininu Ogunshola, both of them. Hello. They are taking us through the program this evening, and we're talking AIICO school fees plan. Hello there, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Adiola. I'm calling from Ogba.
Hey, Adiola, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
All right, let's hear from you. You want to tap into
Yes, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So I want to ask this school fees
plan. Yes.
This school fees plan, yeah. Is it up to university level, or it is just basically primary and secondary?
Okay, very, very good question, Adiola. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so Joshua, she's asking, is this up to university level?
Yes, I wanted to chip that in before we went on commercial idea. So the beauty about the school fees plan is for elementary, secondary, and university, tertiary, and not just that. Per child or beneficiary, the maximum that they can be taken is 3. So we're looking in the instance of taking it to cover the elementary, taking it to cover the secondary, and taking it to cover.
Oh, you can do that as well.
Yes.
So you can do the 3 levels of education.
Yes.
All right. Quickly, let's get back to the Third Mainland Bridge. Alakpere axis, to be precise. Vehicular movement is busy connecting Ilubirin up to Adeniji. This is due to peak period, and it gets better exiting Adeniji. Of course, proceeding towards Adekunle intersection. It looks good. Movement is free from Adekunle intersection, linking up with Unilag Waterfront. Proceeding towards Ilaje and beyond. Slight delays approaching Iyanowuru lay-by, and this is due to motorists negotiating to the lay-by as well. We can tell you it's also looking good. We have it good exiting Iyanowuru inwards Olukpomeji and Ifako Ogudu, proceeding through Alakpere. That's what you have at this time. All right, 08099120777. If you have any questions that relates to this, feel free to connect with us. And of course, my guest will be here to take charge of this. Joshua, what's the duration of this policy?
Okay, so the duration of the policy, we have maximum of 24 years. That is, looking at the particular child in question. Remember that we talked about tertiary institution, and the maximum age at exit for the beneficiary is 24. That's the reason why we say 24 years.
24 years.
Yes. However, the age of the policyholder is also into to be factored.
Okay.
So the customer cannot exceed 65 at maturity.
At majority. So, like the Adedayo now, he can only do for 30 years then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But you said the maximum duration is 24.
Yes.
All right. There's a message here. It says, "Hello, Insurance on the Move. My name is Tunde from Sulere. Is this plan only for private school parents, or can it also help those whose children attend public schools?" B from Ogba. Okay, that's our regular B. All right, B, thank you. Is that only for private schools, or public schools who can partake in this?
Okay, so the essence of this product is to make a customer decide what they intend for their child. Be it a government school, I'll use government, not public now, because when we look at tertiary institution, the set of the Unilag and the likes, you understand,
right,
their tuition fee has also gone up. So they can actually use this to plan for whatever our institution they decide that their children should attend.
All right. So look at me. So you are saving today so that the child's education tomorrow will be guaranteed. That's the way this plan works, is it?
Exactly.
Okay. So if you save today, for the next 10, 15 years, when the child would have matured to enter university, you can now pick up the benefits. That's the way it is, right?
Yeah, so it's either, as we mentioned earlier, so it's either paid to the institution or paid to the policy holder.
Oh, that's
so at least so you can at least pay for your child's school fees. So even if it's not up to that, at least you have saved a larger percentage of.
All right, and that's the question that Mrs. Lawal is asking here. She says, please, I want to know, is the school fees paid directly to the school or to the parent, Mrs. Lawal?
So we have mentioned earlier that at the inception of the policy, so the policyholder is expected to pick who exactly takes the maturity benefit. So is that the school or to the policyholder?
All right. Okay, then let's get to the premium aspect of it, because premium is the field that guarantees that every insurance policy will be paid. So Joshua, assuming Adedayo wants to pick up this policy, the AIICO school fees plan, what would be his premium?
Okay, so before we can pick a premium, excuse me, we have some factors to consider. The number one is the age of Mr. Adedayo.
Okay.
And number two is also the age of the child, to check that the child is within limits of the requirement.
Okay.
And likewise, the sum assured. So when we talk about sum assured, is in two ways. Mr. Adedayo can decide to say that, okay, I intend using this amount to cater for the education of this child. So if he's looking at using 5 million to cover the whole secondary school, then that can become the sum assured. Or intend saying that I need 500,000 annually to pay the tuition fee, so we can use this value to calculate the sum assured. So those are the information we need: the duration, the sum assured, the age of the policyholder and the beneficiary, and also the payout option, if it's lump sum or annuity.
All right, then 08099120777. So but for like 10 million annual premium, do you have a call? Yeah. Okay, for a 10 million annual premium kind of policy, what would be the premium that he will pay?
Okay, so let me use a practical example. I remember one of the businesses that we worked on for a customer. She's age 35 and she took it for 15 years.
Right.
And remember, we talked about frequency of payment: single, annual, semi-annual, quarterly, and monthly. Now, in this case, the customer opted for single premium. So I can tell you that the premium is 2,738,000 plus, to give her 10 million naira in 15 years.
Wow. Okay, that's
the one-off payment.
It is. All right. This one says, "Hello, Lagos Traffic Radio. I'm a mother of 3. Can I open separate AIICO school fees plans for all my children?" Boom. I think Timinu said something like that.
Yes, so you can open a different school fees plan for them. So each for each child.
All right. Yeah. And that will be separate premiums too?
Yes, separate premiums.
All right. This one says, "Good evening, Mr. Terry. Please ask the AIICO representatives to explain if there is a minimum amount a parent must pay to start the plan." If you're in, send this one in. Joshua, is there a minimum amount?
Yes, so the minimum sum assured is 1 million naira, and the minimum duration is 5 years. However, when we talk about minimum amount, like I mentioned earlier, the age of the policyholder, the beneficiary, duration, all these are considered to determine the minimum premium and sum assured. But the minimum sum assured is
1 million naira for 5 years. Yes. All right. This one says, "Good evening, Traffic Radio. At what age can a parent start this school fees plan for their children?" You didn't put your name, but thank you so much for your contribution. What age can one start?
So I believe that from age 25 they can start.
Age 25?
Yes.
Okay, so that's suitable enough.
Yes.
For anyone to tap into this. Okay then, so there's a whole lot of benefits. You guys are talking about this. Let's begin to wrap all of this up this evening. I did tell you about Balinde Awards on Nikon descending towards Flag House. Very busy this evening, and that's due to construction which is ongoing within that particular end. Third Milan Bridge seems to be better at this time, even though you have high influx. If you head into the island, it's still looking relatively good, but the return journey towards the mainland is picking up gradually. That's Ilubirin towards Adeniji. It gets better from Adekunle towards Unilag Waterfront, but of course by the time you get to Yanowore, things begin to slow down as well. Let's begin to wrap all of this up now. So what's the message this evening, Oluwatimininu? What do you want Lagosians to do as relates to the AIICO school fees plan?
All right, so the message this evening is that your child's education is as important as any other thing. So if you want to want a very good future for them, start to invest in it now. Okay, so they should start early. Yes, please. All right, Joshua, your patent thought? Yes, like Tumini said, starting early is the best goal, because one thing about school fees is that the younger the customer,
the lesser the premium.
All right.
The longer the duration, the cheaper the premium. So starting now makes it a win-win for the customer and the child.
All right then. So Ebun, Adiola, and others that are connected with us this evening, I think it's time for you to begin to think of how to pick up this plan. But you don't want to do that from AIICO? How can they do that quickly?
Yeah, so they can go to our website at ebusiness.AIICO Insurance PLC to get the information, and they can also play with our calculator there for the school fees plan.
All right.
And likewise, they can walk into any of our branches across Lagos and other states.
Okay, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having both of you in the studios. Joshua, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And Oluwatuminenu, it's a thing of pride to have you in the studio this evening.
Thank you very much for having us.
Okay, then. So next week we'll continue this. This conversation because we'll be looking at what are the riders, what are the extensions, are there exclusions for this particular policy. I'm sure that both of them will be breaking it down for us. But we have to go. Mike James has produced the program this evening. I say a big thank you to Definite Media Concept for putting all of this together. Next Thursday, 6:30, the program makes a return. But till then, I'm Victor Terry. Have a splendid evening. Bye.
Honestly, I am fed up of my street.
Hey, what's wrong now?
I think my street is jinxed. Over the weekend, my apartment was